Selamat pagi teman-teman semuanya. Welcome back again bersama Mas Anime di sini ya. Seperti biasa, kita bakal main Genshin tiap hari. Ya. Sampai bosan aku. Tapi selalu ada sesuatu hal yang baru ya. Jadi ini tuh ada event baru ya, yang eventnya tuh cukup gede dan ada hadiah. Ada weapon sama crown. Jadi cara mulainya gimana anjir? Ini kah? Menuju quest. Kemana, Cok? Ya udahlah, ayo. Nanti sih. Anjir, di atas, Cok. Ih, caranya. Bisa kalah di sini. Kok kira buntu, Cok? Aku biasanya lompat anjir. Ganti part ya. Part ini Jawa lah kok. Nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain kita.
Let's go get ourselves some answers.
Oke. Mana nih? Oke. Nanti bro. Oh, jalur Clementine anjir. Salah su. Aduh, lama lagi nih. Cok, gara-gara gak baca ya. Mana? Pencet. Nah. Anjir. Udahlah. I'm done, bro. Nanti. Jalur Clementine. Nah, wis. Yo, Deadku, welcome, bro. Baik, pertama kali. Anjir, sikilan aja. Lah. Sepatunya warna anjir.
Miss Chiori?
Halo,
Your
selamat datang,
chocolate
Deadku.
investor sure went fast. The aqua bus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Siapa terkenal aku anjir.
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Bisa-bisa nggak kenal dia.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Baju Kirara dia yang bikin.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure she wouldn't always look like a cat that had been unceremoniously dropped in a bucket of paint. So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered me twice as much as the others.
And therein lies the problem.
Gak normal anjir, ketipu kita.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, it's only natural that I would want to make the most of the film. The budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of mora, so...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
Butuh berapa sih tak bayari dah?
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it. But now's not the time to give up.
What? You're saying that you have a plan?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm simply saying I wouldn't give up just yet. The
Okay.
actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Ini malah kayak story questnya Fiori jir. Lo Ayato, Ayaka. Yoimiya juga.
Really? Then where do you live? We Melusines live in Mercy Village. The only way to get
Cuma
there is
Yoimiya
from
yang
under-
tertarik sama Melusin Jo. Kita mah sebel ya sama dia.
You must be pretty tired after work every day, right?
Izin aku kasih like weh, makasih Mas Yo. Welcome.
We are so thoughtful. But some Melusines choose to live in the court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
Suaranya Melusin kok malah menyenangkan gini Jo. Dulu kayak robot gitu anjir.
But I haven't even finished chatting with Abel yet.
I also enjoyed Abel's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you
Gila,
described was
bojone
so
wong-wong.
clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Nah, ntar jadi skin
Thank you
pasaran
so
abis ini.
much. I'm usually working here on the Sakura bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Abis ini jadi pasaran.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine.
Chiori, you sure
Fiori.
have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma.
I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in
Bro.
Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
Yo, what's up?
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film? We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
Ini yang suka Ayaka seneng sih.
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to
Dibikin
contact you when I was making
eventnya Ayaka,
preparations for the
Cok.
film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want it, so I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, so you all know each other already! My, what a coincidence! What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like this? Why don't we go to
Xavier
Hotel
di sini
Dukung
jadi
and
kayak
catch
orang
up over
tolol,
a
anjing.
meal? I've already made a reservation.
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us too?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious dishes just to make sure there'll be enough food.
Very well. Then please, kindly lead the way, Mr. Xavier.
Oke.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are. And there's the fountain that Abel mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
Yoi.
Look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait a sec. Could it be one of those clockwork mecha we've heard so much about?
Ora anjir.
Too slow.
Bener dong ini clockwork mecha. Kukira yang ini maksudnya, yang robot itu. Yang robot itu namanya Gardemek ya. Oke, masuk ke hotel.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
Yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Wah,
Let's
ngece iki.
get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment.
Ya, hati mas
shall we?
disapa ya tuh iku.
How have preparations for the film been coming
Menghina
along, Mr.
makanan
Xavier?
Nazuma, Cuk.
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here. The story is pretty good.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What is it?
Duit,
It
duit.
has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of funding agreed upon.
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract, then can't you simply take him to court?
Masuk
over the
akal,
matter?
masuk akal.
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves to solve the problem?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on such short notice. Besides, we have to consider the film festival's submission deadline.
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? No, that won't do.
No. That won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after receiving your invitation. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders, and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hoped this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
Oke.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
Oh gitu.
I understand, but having you two act for free just doesn't seem right.
Mau membangun hubungan persahabatan di antar negara.
Not at all.
Ya.
While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts,
Inazuma kan
we
habis
must express
tertutup
our
sekian
sincerity if we
lama
want
ya.
to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. It's my hope that the film can be finished and released as smoothly as possible. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some other renowned individuals in Fontaine's literary and artistic circles.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
Anjir.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll
Alah.
also help you out as a brand sponsor.
Anggap saja sumbangan dari sahabat dan rekan.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
You are too kind, all of you. I really don't know how to.
Ngelawan anjir Xavier di sini anjir.
Alright, enough about that. Now that we have Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, I think we will be able to make this happen. So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oke.
Oh, but how can we help with that? We don't know much about making a film.
Alright, pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics. I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and director's assistant will also need to be filled.
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot when the camera operator begins shooting. The work requires both patience and careful attention to detail.
A clapper board? Oh, you mean the thing they hold that goes clap whenever they start filming?
Yes, that's right. Are you interested in that job?
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to try that!
Alright, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics. What do you think, Xavier?
Oh, fine by me. As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Oh, he's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count how many things we've taken photos of during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the traveler's journey across Devat and all the places they've seen. After so many adventures, using a camera must be second nature by now.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
Lampu kamera action.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a
Nggak
big
usah, nggak
warm
usah.
hug.
So all that's left for us to find is a
Cowoknya,
director and
anjir.
an assistant.
Oh, me. I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right? I can.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably also busy working on their own films these days.
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Oke.
Farina?
Yoi, Farina.
Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble project?
Lah po, gak apa-apa Jo.
Isn't that
Koncoku
the name
iku.
of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
fine. You're right, Shiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything!
Si.
Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way
Hey.
to Lady Farina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit. Just leave this task to me. It's part of my duties as the producer.
Very well. Then we'll be waiting to hear the good news.
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by now, so having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides, the whole thing was our idea in the first place.
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift...
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydro Archon.
I recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Huh? Can't we just bring some desserts like the Fontanelli
Nah, aku
Mousse?
setuju ya Mia sih. Pakanan aja seneng woy.
But wouldn't that be a little too
Fontinalia Festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets. To do something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth.
I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go buy some Fontinalia mousse!
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You want something even sweeter than Fontinalia mousse?
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
But what could that be?
Your words of praise.
Quit following me. Quit following me.
We're here! This is where Farina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Coming. Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Gzfire, a film director.
Hello. Oh, is that the traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
I'm Chiori.
Ah, the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know. Huh? Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
No. I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does sleeping in have to do with the weather?
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Farina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my
Matanya jadi
favorites.
gitu, Jir.
That's great! So, actually, there's something we need your help with. Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that you're a director?
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that your understanding of the performing arts far surpasses my own, Lady Farina.
Are the Traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and he's the camera operator.
Camera operator? That can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
Tenang tak ah, meremehkan
No, I'm
anjing.
not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the Traveler and see for yourself. If he can satisfy you with his camera skills, then you'd have nothing to worry about and can join the team. What do you say?
Wah, kayaknya ini yang dibikin
You
Evan sih.
sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Oh, I do wish to see how skilled the Traveler really is with a camera. All right, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Oke.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know. Okay, grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Estelle adalah pemilik BGM Workshop dan dia selalu membanggakan mesin tanpa buatannya. Kalau suhu kerjanya bisa diatur dengan akurat dan penempa yang menggunakannya tidak perlu menghabiskan tenaga sama sekali. Ayo kita buat video promosi untuk bengkel kerja milik Estelle ini. Oke. Kita videoin barangnya sih. Alat tempa gitu. Oke. Wow, keren sih. Ini kayak kita belajar perfilman juga sih bisa.
Oh, it appears that you have more skill than I thought. All the shots had a great composition.
Yeah! Does that mean you were...
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know.
Lah,
In fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Unfortunately, the scripts were all pretty boring and didn't pique my interest. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so easily, then, well...
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do we need to do to convince you, Farina?
Well, what about the pay?
Huh?
You know, how much you're willing to pay me to be the director? The pay is also an important factor for me to consider, you know.
aduh. Tadi duit,
Well,
Cok.
I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Nervilat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
I'm sorry, but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
I
Anjing.
see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so
Yoi.
Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand...
So, are you a big fan of this story, Farina?
Well, it's all right. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory note. I have Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit?
Absolutely no problem.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and direction.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves, a great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of. And by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Florand. But it's already been some time since I last talked to her. Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters in the story.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol?
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I, don't have any connection with them at all. So, in the end, we still have to start by talking to Nervilette.
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiari, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly. So, we've gotten to know each other over time.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation?
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain, after all. I have no objections.
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think she'd really have time to help with shooting a film?
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time,
Panjang banget tuh story
I'll
ini,
have to
gila.
go and ask her first.
Then I'll leave that to you.
No problem.
Kayak
Having Farina
kita harus
feels like a
cari
big
rekrut-rekrut
boost to our team.
orang-orang banyak nih.
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true... I'll be sure to ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more comfortable with your own reputation now.
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
By
Yes,
the
please.
way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low, then what about our two lead actors? Didn't they travel here all the way from Inazuma?
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
Ih, sambatan kabeh
So
ngomong.
is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money
Gendeng.
gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before, and he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
Nanti bocah.
All right, this is the place.
But where's the captain? There's hardly anyone around here.
She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her! Paimon could tell there was something different about her. She seems kinda intimidating.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
Working? But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Oh, alright, let's see what happens then. Chiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
The court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their
Anjing
brand.
bosen banget, Cok.
Even a local like
Skip aja lah.
Reading on the job?
Ya, kayaknya ini cuman apa ya?
One main character?
Ngerekrut orang tanpa dibayar, gila.
Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
Anjing lah.
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
Maksudnya?
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know.
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevras, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
What's going on here? 1 second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves.
Hey, I'm Chevras. You
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance?
No, I wanted to see if the shop. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where this.
He had the
Come on,
whole
bro.
day
Sumpah
to turn
ini
the synth over to Gzfire.
tidak menarik sama sekali
He
anjing.
made the wrong choice. Even.
But you knew.
Yeah, I knew.
Eh.
Enough about that, though. What did you?
Oh, you see?
Udahlah, intinya aku mau rekrut kamu ya. Tolonglah cepat.
The Two Musketeers. So what do you need?
Yes, that's right. However, I'm.
No need to say any.
Really?
Sure, it's no. Besides,
Then we've got.
yes, I'll.
Oh my!
Ya. Dia mau ikut tanpa dibayar gara-gara dia suka novelnya anu.
The film. Still, I should also head back now.
Guess that's
Traveler, Paimon.
Then I'll take Gzfire
Udah
back.
cepet-cepet.
Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. Yep. See you.
See you tomorrow. Bye. Nandi.
slow. Too slow. Quit following me.
Too slow.
So what did you want to tell
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who, however, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, but it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues.
That's quite an exhilarating.
Yep, the baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail.
Oh, so is that why you were so...
You could say it with.
Oh,
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you went, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
Loh,
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems there's been a
ada
recent
tiba
murder
bagaimana
case involving
cok?
muskets.
Pagi amat
The
mas,
perpetrator's
ngece ya
methods
lagi.
appear to be very similar to what
ini
is
anjir.
described in the novel.
huh. Really?
Siangan aku.
But Paimon didn't see anything about that in today's papers.
The Marashose Phantom hasn't yet released any
Ya
information
tadi
to the
tuh
public
sebenarnya
because the
tak kira aku
investigation is
masuk shift
currently at a
pagi kan.
standstill. The murderer
Aku
is
ngantuk
extremely
banget
cautious.
anjir.
A murder.
Kok masuk pagi yo ngono kayak. Aku udah setengah sadar gitu.
In Fontaine, right?
Sambil dengerin alarm kan kayak aku duduk. Ya udahlah mandi dulu kan. Terus aku ngecek jadwal kan tiba-tiba. Lah, anjir aku siang, Cok. Ya udah langsung tidur lagi, Cok,
We
anjir.
perform a routine inspection of our firearms
The
and ammo
fuck?
reserves every day.
Enak
If one
banget
of the
sumpah
weapons had been
rasanya
fired,
tuh
it
kayak
would stick out like a sore thumb. Besides,
salah.
I
Lihat
trust the members
jadwal.
of my platoon.
Harusnya aku mangkat pagi-pagi, ternyata
Well,
siang
that's
yay.
all I can disclose about the case today.
Ini aja baru bangun anjir.
What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some. I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more capable people we have, the better the chances that justice will prevail. Carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be. I don't want people to see
Ya,
muskets
ini
in a
anjir
negative
bosen
way.
ini tak bro.
And also, I'm concerned
Bikin
about the
film lagi Cok
similarity
kayak
between the
Furina
crimes
tadi
and the
yang
story.
semalam.
You mean
Bosen
they
aku.
might be connected somehow?
I suspect so. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind.
Ini malah kita
It's a
di
request, nothing more.
apa ya, bisa dibilang
If you two have
dimanfaatin
any
sama
interest in the
Cyprus.
case after we finish filming tomorrow and are
Tapi
willing to
bukan hal
assist
yang
me,
buruk ya.
then I would be most grateful.
Masih lama kak questnya, nggak tahu Cok iki.
What do you think,
Ada 11
Traveler?
doang loh ini tuh.
Yeah, you're right. Paimon's getting a little
Cuman
tired
Evan.
too. We've
Tapi-
really been hustling all day.
Ya selama
You'd
ini.
better head back and get some
Ini kan
rest.
event
It's
gede ya.
good to keep a calm mind,
Jadi ada
especially when
actor
you're about to
voice-nya
make an
juga nih.
important decision. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Nah, akhirnya selesai. Masih lanjut, Cok. Gila. Ya eventnya jalan-jalan gini kak, gak ada yang tarung-tarung dah. Jen. Cek wis pirang menit aku iki kok ngene iki. Udah 40 menit loh. Gila sih eventnya panjang banget, Cok.
It's finally time to meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going.
Wis lah skip wae lah. Gak penting
Good
kok.
morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you?
After we split up, I was originally thinking of going with him. So I rode the aqua bus.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there. 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together. You've already seen them, right?
Kapelius.
Yeah, those two.
We sat and watched for quite a while.
Oh, it was the same.
Afterwards, I held Ayaka's hand.
Udah lah skip aja lah. Apa tiap penting?
At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in
Nah, mereka bisa nyelam tanpa alat, Cok.
I love
Orang yang
seeing
punya
little maritime flowers
vision
blossoming
gini kan.
underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean hunters' rays and blubber beasts.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Ya, aku masih nggak turun-turun, Mas. Udah PT 60 lebih. 60 berarti kurang 20 lagi, Cok itu. Itu pun nanti masih gacha lagi ya. Masih gacha dapat apa enggak ya?
Yeah, but as
Semoga dapat lah
My
kapaknya.
brother and Xavier were. As for the others, we're here.
Nyelam ke air bajunya nggak bahasa Genshin logic. Emang gitu, Cok.
Wait,
Orang nyelam aja pakai rok gitu anjing.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Tapi ya namanya
Sure.
game fantasi sih.
You can't go anywhere.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job.
So much energy.
Oh, Yoimiya's.
Of course.
Wow.
I went all out.
Here's your coffee, George.
Oh, thank you. The sound.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed.
We've reached an
Ayo
agreement
naik
with the restaurant
cepetang.
owner.
Nah, syuting
We
gear.
are free to use the second.
Really? That's
Ngopi sih, Mas, baru bangun.
He is really
Tadi
well
kopi,
then,
Cok.
Mr. Zav.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce. This is our. And this is.
wow.
First of all, please, when my investor, I had no idea that I'd find
Lagi
so
dong
many.
syuting
How
lek
to be so
lebar
fortunate,
primo
Mr. Xavier.
kumpul
Your
dapat
works made a
crown.
profound impression on me when I am sure that's.
Yes. The story is.
Anyway,
Semua
I would like to
senang.
make a promise. This is not just my. So, without.
Wes dang syuting yo. Yay.
You may take it from here, director for.
All right. The first scene
Whoa.
is everyone.
Alah,
All
gak
right.
urusan.
See, anyway, let's go see if there's anything we can.
Yeay, kelar cepet ya. Kalau di skip.
Ayaka has mentioned.
No talking.
Ah, yeah.
To achieve a more... Yup,
Are you saying the wrinkle?
you just have too much. Quiet.
Anjir malah diece-ece. Mengenang masa lalu mereka. Iya, Mia nih yang paling bersemangat.
How about here?
You got it.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. I heard that
Syutingnya nang kene. Oh,
gak
gak deh. Gak dibersihin.
Really?
Well, sure.
I just
Libur
think
Mas
after all
ora.
your journeys together. Oh, I
Tadi
see.
aku tak pikir shift pagi kan.
I've gotta
Ternyata
get back
shift
to work.
siang.
Chat with you later.
Enak. Turu mana aku.
Seems like
Aku mau
Yoimiya's
wis
really
aduh
getting
shift
into it.
pagi coy. Anjir males banget. Pas lihat jadwal lagi pas baru bangun, wah anjir siang, yes. Turu langsung full tidur.
Quit following me.
Nanti sih. Jaki nang syuting kok ora penting sumpah iki. The worst event ever.
So, this?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad.
Only in books and newspaper. When we're filming.
Which means it'll be up. Thank you, Veronique. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintenanced.
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss
Ngerti
Chevres.
akeh deh.
Yes.
I also prefer.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Sounds like they found a
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Ini teman lama.
I look forward to.
First
Nang
and
pasti
foremost,
itu.
Okay.
when aiming the musket,
Like this?
not bad. Now,
This is the end of the road for you.
good. Now turn your body a little. This is the end of the road for you.
Weh, iki yo.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Gak masalah kah?
What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
What do you think? I believe it would be most.
Well, if you insist. Miss Ayaka? Huh?
Apa anjir?
Hang on, are we gonna start filming now?
Besok nggak libur, enggak. Besok nggak libur aku. Besok masih masuk siang, terus masuk pagi, terus habis
I
itu
have a question for you, Miss Chevres.
libur.
Would you be willing to play
Dan
the
ini
role
Ryoko
of a
ya,
musketeer?
nggak main game lokal tak bang?
What?
Aku pengen main yang
clarify,
pixel-pixel itu
I would
Jo.
like to turn over my role.
But
Yang kemarin dapat nominasi Game Award itu.
I actually view this. I was becoming troubled
Apa ya,
trying to set aside some
judulnya
time
lupa
to
gue.
speak to the staff at the. Now I will be able.
Los
From a
kerja.
director's point of view, I also the older brother in the story plays the lead
Engkau nggak
role with
kerja.
his overbearing character. But
Hari-hariku full bekerja. Anjir.
Of course, even with all
Space of
these
the Unborn, ya
insights,
betul sekali.
the
Ngertiin
decision
muka
should
anjing.
still be made.
Itu katanya story-nya bagus.
Chevres mentioned that she really
Ada
likes
Indonesianya juga.
Oh, good. It's decided. We'll also.
You're doing a
Jadi
great.
ya bakal tak mainin itu.
I like this character, so if anything,
well, since my brother is the one who brought. Let's go, Miss Chevres.
Tapi aku
Please,
masih
just call me
nggak ngerti
Chevres.
gameplaynya kayak gimana. Oh nggak pernah lihat gameplaynya sih. Entah
Seems like
akan
you're really
bakal
going out of
full
your way to solve the
dialog
problem
atau
I was having with your makeup.
ada
Surely you
apa
jest,
namanya
Chiori.
ada kayak mekanik-mekanik
Oh, come
tarung nggak
on,
ngerti sih aku.
perhaps. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations.
All right, go on.
By the way malam bang.
Too bad you're stepping down from the role.
Siang juga muka.
I really wanted
Welcome.
to see you act. It's a little hard for punch.
Yes.
Traveler, get the.
Guys, ayo syuting. Ah, kira syuting.
All right. Now that we're all here, the first scene.
Nah, syutingin
takes
nanti,
place
masa nang
first
kene
when we
wae
have
lah.
Silence on the set. Lights.
Lah iya, nang kene anjing.
Tulip.
Iris, to leap. I'm home.
Mother! You were out for so long. We were beginning to worry about you.
Wah,
I'm
ceritanya udah
sorry,
diceritain pas di awal
but I'm
tadi
back
jadi yo.
now. Safe
Ya
and-
ntar ibunya mati.
Mother, what are those bruises on your?
Huh? What bruises?
But I did.
Then perhaps. By the way, did you have fun? What's the matter, Iris?
Well,
They even took Iris's.
and they even called.
Shh. It's all right.
Gila,
Doesn't
bakal
matter.
lama banget
People
iki, Jawa,
have
filmnya,
not
anjir.
your time to. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin.
And
Tadi cerita singkatnya itu sampai ibunya mati terus mereka balas dendam gitu.
also, if
I felt fine.
Ntar ditembak-tembakin sama mereka
You two were
berdua.
great.
Thank you for your
Penjahat yang
positions, every.
bunuh ibunya. Bangsawan sih. Bangsawan bunuh ibunya.
This scene is is when our two characters return home, only to...
Nah, ini dibunuh nih.
Mother!
Mother,
Mother!
gimana kamu? Mati, bos.
What's...
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why?
Diracun, bos. Kenapa gak nyoba cari Coral Island aja? Kita bernostalgia game yang mirip Gzfire Harvestment. Coral Island.
They didn't even try to
Mau,
cover
bro.
up their actions.
Bayar ta? Coral Island news.
Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone,
Game bertani di laut anjay.
go.
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay in this house.
But are we just going to let them get away with this?
Sistem
We'll have
ada.
our revenge,
Harganya
I
berapa?
promise you. Just not right now.
Masih mahal anjir. Masih mahal, Cok.
Come on.
400.000 ya bener.
No.
Ada diskon sih
we
tadi
can't just leave
setengah.
Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went.
All right. Goodbye, Mother.
Larang bro, janganlah.
And beautiful!
Belum waktunya kita bisa
was surprised
beli-beli
too.
game ya.
Thank you for the kind compliment. It's quite
Mungkin di masa
similar to
depan.
Ayaka's perform. Pipe down!
Bar mulai kabeh, wis ayo. Mana eventnya sing tarung-tarung jing.
I'm sore from holding the camera all day.
Good work, you two.
Good work, you two.
You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. Anyway,
Oh, right. You have a case.
in the story, and on each of the victims, yes, that's
Oh, especially if, what do you think?
good. On behalf of, there's no time to lose.
Huh?
The most valuable, that's how one of my favorite.
Yeah,
So,
clear.
where are we going right now?
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
Mau ngapain, Cok? Tenang, ketika kita tidak tahu ceritanya ya, kita tinggal ke menu quest, terus dibaca sini ya. Nah, ini ada ringkasannya nih. Pergi ke bengkel Clockwork Shot untuk menyelidiki. Syuting film berjalan mulus, ceritanya yang terekam di kamera sepertinya juga ditampilkan juga di suatu tempat di luar film.
Quit following me.
Entahlah, mau nyetak ini kan, mau nyuci film kah, atau filmnya bocor jir.
Welcome to Le Show.
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone...
Special components.
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used...
Huh? For firearms?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble.
Well, to be completely honest,
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual?
we have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy... You're welcome.
Kenapa, Cok? Bayar bang 400.000 kalau nggak salah. Ini Severus muncul banner kedua trial carnya, ya bisa dicoba di Avenger. Iya toh. Oh iya. Oh ini. Mana anjir gak bisa dicoba, Cok. Oh nanti dipinjemin kah? Ramen troublemaker kah? Troublemaker kayak kaku gitu, Cok. Gak terlalu bagus sih troublemaker menurutku.
Oh,
hey, Chevrolet.
Hello, Estelle.
Oh,
Tapi ya nggak
this another
jelek-jelek banget
case?
sih.
I don't think so.
Oh?
Because there's no
Then has anybody...
Well,
I understand.
don't mention it. Always.
Seems like we haven't found.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Huh?
You think so, huh?
Huh?
That I grew up...
Kayak tarung-tarungan sih. Mending main Elden Ring, jing. Aku udah download sih. Elden Ring versi Tani. Jadi ntar gak bisa online gitu.
Too slow. Too slow.
Too slow.
Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here...
You say that now?
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Ya ntar pas bagian dia syuting, oh oke.
Is the captain of the special patrol bribing a citizen?
Seems you're different from... What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets?
Muskets, huh? Oh,
Were they gunshots?
possibly. Someone's house collapsing.
Do you know where the noises were coming?
I don't remember. You tell me.
Then please.
She's giving her even more Mora.
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway. I came out and had a look. That's all I know.
All right.
Thanks for the putt.
Apa anjir maksudnya? Kenapa kita nyelidiki sesuatu dah? Oh, kayaknya pas di awal itu sih, pas awal-awal sebelum
I grew
syuting.
up here, remember?
Saya terus
I know how
ngomong,
to get
aku
people
mau
around
ikut
here to
tapi
talk.
kamu harus bantu aku gitu.
Seems you catch on. Now then.
Mungkin ini sih momen kita bantu dia. Halo bos.
It's been a while.
Please.
I want to know if you've heard anybody
Kaki
Information
sawe.
isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits...
One of our men got drunk.
Let's read about.
This is Fleuve Sandra, but that gun turned out to be an exception.
I suspect it came...
You mean...
I didn't say anything.
In Fleuve Sandra, it's the guy lived...
So, who?
He's right.
I know you grew up here, even though you're on good terms with the Spina.
I know.
So take my advice and...
I'll come and go as I please.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn.
Oke. Terus ke tempat yang terakhir. Woi, gak usah manjat lah. Tempat yang terakhir 100 meter. Loh, anjir di atas, oh goblok. Memang lewat sini sih. Di universe apapun kayaknya duit jadi penyelesaian masalah. Sudah tidak rahasia lagi ya. Ya udah wajar anjir.
Following me. Too slow.
Tapi ini enggak yang nyuap, Cok.
What's all this?
Ini beli informasi dia.
Yes, but have...
Saya terus.
Even though somebody is... In other words,
Could it?
your guess is as good as mine. Anyway, let's...
Anyway, let's go.
Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Alhamdulillah lebar.
Yes, a month ago. In the following week, then...
Kau urusanmu anjing.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve. Yeah. If we are indeed... He was no saint. What message is the killer trying to convey? And we've thoroughly investigated. He claims to have spent the...
Okay, so he has.
Not only that, he has a family of his own. In the story, but more importantly... Investigations take time. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation.
Wait, but.
But the book...
Oh?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the...
Sama aja anjir, nggak ada duit nggak dapat info bang. Ya emang gitu cara kerjanya coba. Serimu gambar Chika Fujiwara, Steam. Iya bener, kok ngerti kamu? Aku sempet main PS2 pas kemarin baru rilis. Padahal aku nggak pernah main FPS ya. Ya. Terus habis itu nggak pernah dimainin lagi. Cuman bertahan seminggu doang. Gamenya masih ada tapi gak dimainin anjir. Oh ngerti jing. Bisa kok bisa ngerti? Oh, namanya mirip ya. Gzfire, benar. Bener, Cok. Itu punya aku itu. Tunggu sampai jam 8. Cika.
It's filming time again.
Nanti. Pertemuan di mana, Bro? Jalur apa? Alas, kayak jalur-jaluran. Paling jalur utama. Simper Cika. Hehe. Lucu ya bocah ya.
The wind rises.
Kau pernah nonton Kaguya sama? Pernah. Suka aku. Entah kenapa sekarang tuh lebih seneng nonton apa anime-anime yang ringan gitu. Kayak kemarin kan ada yang bilang Shadow Garden bagus kan. Aku nonton sampai episode 3. Menurutku ya tidak terlalu like aku. Mau spoiler nggak? Manganya udah tamat. Paling nggak jadi pacaran, Cok. Jangan. Tujuan K, Mas. K apa, coy? Palingan nggak jadi pacaran kayak Hyoka itu, anjir. Sebel banget aku, Cok.
Good work, everyone. We're looking to wrap with our two main ladies today. I can already
Asli
smell
bang,
our success.
Roncom yang berhasil kataku
What do you mean
sama
looking to wrap?
Oregairo sama Kaguya sama. Oh, romantis komedi maksudnya. Oregairo yang mana? Kayak aku udah pernah nonton sih itu. Yang gorila itu dah. Ora ding. Oh, yang kawin episode pertama langsung kawin iku ya. Iya kah? Bukan ding, anjir beda lagi cok itu. Oregairo. Entahlah. Kayak pernah nonton episode pertamanya. Siapa kenapa jadi gorila? Kalau yang gorila itu apa judulnya? Tapi itu bagus sih. Elah iku Shadow Garden mimpi bahasa outer MC halu doang. Iya anjing. Kayak film anak-anak, Cok.
Expert now.
Harga iku kurang sih. Lihat hajimanku geli.
This upcoming scene is the two musketeers' final confrontation with the
Kalau
Baron.
angin aku.
There will be quite a bit of action, but no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed.
Aduh.
Get ready.
Bocil.
Lights.
Iya Shadow Garden, anime kok bocil. Anime bocil-bocil mesum anjing.
The view is beautiful.
Enough, villain!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners? How can you speak like this to your own father?
Oregairo yang MC-nya bocil banget.
Swallow all of my
Iya kan?
What did I expect?
Oregairo
Seems the
bocil.
daughters have turned out to be just
SMA
as
masih bocil
obstinate
itu.
as in this world. She thought she could.
Mother never.
Iya lumayan bocil.
Compared to that deadly
Tapi udah hampir remaja lah.
So let's see.
Iki diisi lagi. Terus. Ora aja. Oh iki deh.
Too many of them. It'll be okay.
Weh.
We'll cover each other, Iris.
Auto aim, Cok.
And Mother will be
Pam.
watching over us too.
Oh, keren nyanyi. Yo. Navia versi 2. Tapi lama sih cooldownnya. 14 detik. Sorry, mending Navia.
Take flight.
Kakak gue juga sama SMA. Iya sih.
You've lost.
Ambil remaja.
To think I'd.
We are no children of yours.
Normal sih kalau SMA
Never call that place our
romance.
home.
Nek SMP ku rada gak relate lah
What did you do all
pacaran-pacaran.
this for? You
Kecuali
lost
tahun
your
ketiga
mother
sih.
And will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences
Kayak
for
auto
your
aim.
crimes?
We will gain
Mereka C3
our
semua.
long-awaited
Oh
justice.
tadi C3 ya? Semua karakter yang dipinjemi emang C3 semua sih. Pas di story-story itu.
It's over.
Finally. Yay. Apa ya judulnya sing gorila-gorila itu?
So,
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were.
SMA aku dulu kalau pacaran kena DO, Mas. Wah, ra asik gurune, Cok. Masa sekolah gak asik yuk gurune anjing. Gak seru. Iri doang itu kayaknya gurune.
What is it?
Iri pas masa SMA-nya mereka agak pacaran anjing. Shikanomi. Ya kak, coba ya.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing. Even I
Shikanomi,
didn't expect
gorila.
this scene to go so well.
Ora iki,
And we
Cok.
got it in a single
Iki
take.
malah gorila temenan iki.
Alright everyone, we've got a wrap for Tulip and
Maksudku
Iris.
kok Niseko ya? Oh iya, Niseko ya. Ini peperangan masa lalu, Cok. Kalau ada yang bahas Niseko, wah langsung.
thank you.
War, Civil
I
War.
didn't expect our parts to wrap so quick.
Tapi udah muncul endingnya di komik jadi ya. Udah nggak jadi perbincangan lagi.
That is indeed my... Who doesn't like story?
Captain, I
Nah,
have
gue
something
sih
urgent
udah
to report.
terkontaminasi otakku gara-gara anak-anak
excuse me,
sekitar
everyone.
rumah yang
I'll be
udah
back in just a
pada
moment.
kedenjer.
It's okay, don't worry about us.
Ya sebenarnya kita pas waktu SD juga udah ngerti cewek ya, mesti udah bisa suka sama cewek.
Oh, was she whisked away by work already?
Aku tim Onodera sama coy, lebih kalem. Dulu aku suka Onodera.
It seemed like some urgent official business.
Then perhaps we should thank the stars that
Tapi
we were able to
setelah
wrap both of your parts so quickly
berumur
today.
gini aku tiba-tiba
Switching
suka
around the
yang
filming schedule would have been a
cewek
real
gorila.
pain.
Ya soalnya Onodera tuh
actually came over
apa
to
ya,
let
ngalahan
everyone
coy,
know
gak
that
seneng
we're all
aku.
done for today. You can go home and get some rest.
Walau kalah
And
sing,
one last thing, Miss
oh walau
Alida.
kalah saing tapi menang di
Your
hati.
acting skills today were immaculate.
Thank you for your kind. Nevertheless,
Oh, that's
Kayak dulu aku terlalu baik gitu kayak memilih orang yang kalem, suka ngalah gitu kan.
but hopefully
Tapi
I'll see you on set
sekarang
over the next few days.
jangan bro, jangan ngalah-ngalah terus lah, kasihan
I'd still
hatimu
like to
ya
swing by
hancur.
and help out. See you tomorrow, Trav.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Masih inget dulu pas belum ada internet,
What should we do next?
diajak ke warnet sama mereka nonton yang gitu-gitu.
Today.
Traveler,
Ngawur kancamu.
you could say...
Onodera sing waras sing ngalah, iya terlalu waras ini. Dulu aku ngesim Onodera kan, sampai berjalan waktu ya udah gede dewasa gini, ngelihat Onodera kayak, ayolah bro, gak sakno ta awamu dewe, kayak gitu ya kayak, ya wis lah, karepe lah ngalah terus. Nggak kayak yang satunya selalu jujur, terlihat egois memang tapi masih dalam batas wajar sih.
So, Chevrolet, why did you take us here?
Affirmative. Have you ever heard of...
Oh, you mean...
She's a good friend after I discovered the...
And then?
There was nothing remarkable.
Kenapa
but
nggak
according to
milih
Emily,
dua-duanya
the
aja?
Rainbow Rose left...
Dulu sama-sama
flowers
suka
that
kan
are
mereka.
deliberately- We already knew that the...
Oh, pineapple.
Precisely.
Ini aku udah MC ini tak pilih loro-lorone wae.
To be clear, I haven't changed
Kenapa
my
harus
mind about it.
ribut-ribut ya?
I still don't think... However, whatever the case,
So, you...
yes, we're going to pay...
Oh iki ceritanya lanjut penyelidikan mana iki? Tadi udah selesai syutingnya.
That should be his
Pilihannya 4 mas, tapi yang dua itu nggak tak anggap lah. Kayak apa cok? Maksain anjir ceritanya tuh ngasih tambahan cewek lagi.
He hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
So there are a lot of flowers in his garden, but Paimon doesn't think we'll be able to pick one without
Kamu mau ngetik asu kan?
Right.
Semua
Which is
soalnya.
exactly why I think there has to be a
Oh
special
ayo
connection
teman.
between him and
Oh
the
ayo
killer.
tenan semua soalnya.
So,
Just wait here for now.
but they're so far away.
Bang, kau udah ada name card yang bintang jatuh
Don't
2
forget,
kan?
Paimon. I'm actually
Entahlah, aku nggak pernah merhatiin nganu si name card. Pilih 4-nya mas. Ayo semua soalnya. Gak anggap anjir sing 2 sisanya. Headshot. Cara achievement, coba baca deskripsinya ntar. Bintang jatuh, oke. Malah jadi game sniper elite.
Let's go.
Wait. I'm just a little nervous now that.
I'll go knock on the door and
But can't we?
we still have no evidence still. It would be
Sure, no problem.
Name card. Apa jere? Bintang jatuh. Gak ada jir. Bintang jatuh mana coy? Gerbang. Nggak ada jing. Ngajar angin anane. Name card bamba bukan achievement. Nggak ada bro. Kayaknya di sini sih. Anjir banyak ya yang nggak punya aku. Mana anjir? Terus malas lah nyarinya cok. Banyak banget. Itu tadi. Iya tak bro. Aku punya nggak? Ini kita bintang jatuh ini. Pada jalurnya. Mana ada tulisan bintang jatuh anjir? Jadi ini kak bener gak ini bintangnya nih, ada bintangnya nih, paling bagus punya klaim menurut aku. Thumbnail profil Genshin ini kah? Baca deskripsinya. Oh, raja yang tertinggi, Universitas Magistrorum telah memberikan hasil ramalan kepadamu. 2 bintang telah lama ditangkap oleh gravitasi bumi. Setelah melewati masa kembali yang lama, sekarang jalurnya akan kembali bertemu. Raja yang tertinggi itu primordial Wanta. Bukan, yang satu lagi itu Dodoko. Yang satu lagi. Bonyakli, harusnya merah sih. Ini Yanfe, Yaimia. Ih, banyak cowok. Yaimiko. Boken dah boken. Itu artinya apa, Bang? Artinya Universitas Magistrorum telah memberikan hasil ramah. Ini bukan raja tertinggi, bukan primordial one kayak ini kayak ketuanya timnya Alice gitu. Organisasinya Alice Lekauna, organisasinya si karakter yang di bawah itu Skrek. Setelah melewati masa kembali yang lama, sekarang jalurnya akan kembali bertemu. Setelah melewati masa kembali yang lama, 2 bintang ini udah pasti traveler. Terus cara mendapatkan pertemuan dunia seri 4, saya lihat ya, seri 4. Pertemuan dunia seri 4. Dia no. Pertemuan. Ya kita harus baca seri 1 sampai seri 4 sih kalau mau ngerti isinya. Kita baca yang seri 1 dulu. Itu cara melihat hubungannya. Seri 1 mana, Cok? Ini pertemuan yang ditakdirkan. Tapi yang satu tuh gambar 2 player. Nah ini. Kita pasti akan bertemu lagi lain waktu. Sibling dan traveler. Terus yang kedua tuh ini kan. Akan ada harinya pertemuan pada saat ini. Akan menjadi kenangan yang paling berharga. Bukan, ini bukan yang kedua ini. Ini sing loro. Nah, ini yang kedua nih. Pertemuan apa yang ada di sisi lain pintu ini? Sisi lain pintu ini, Genria kah? Lain waktu. Berarti ini perpisahan. Hampir ketemu nih. Tapi banyak arti coy, ini nggak bisa dilihat arti satu doang. Ya bisa aja ini percakapan antar orang di dunia lain juga bisa. Ini juga nyenggol-nyenggol apa namanya, kayak kisahnya Naida itu, Raku Devata. Terus yang terakhir hampir ending. Artinya apa, Bang? Nggak ada artinya ini. Itu Universitas Kendria. Oh gitu. Itu event kah yang dapat thumbnail itu? Bukan event, ini achievement. Banyak yang bilang itu awal sebelum Lumin datang ke Kendria. Dan itu katanya bonus dari Kendria, tapi aku belum yakin karena belum ada info dari in-game. Magistrorum. Kita kalau mau lihat artinya bisa ditranslate sih. Mau gak aku translatein? Deteksi bahasa gitu ke Indonesia. Magistrorum. Magistrorum artinya guru, guys. Ini bahasa Latin. Bahasa Latin tuh bahasa Inggris masa lampau. Timelinenya kayaknya dulu banget sih ini. Setelah melewati masa kembali yang lama, sekarang jalurnya akan kembali bertemu. Oke, Mas Teh. Masa kembali yang lama. Kembali ke perdamaian kah? Entahlah. Kayak mungkin orang Kendria ada di masa sulit. Terus ada ramalan tentang dua sibling yang muncul di Taifat yang mungkin akan mengembalikan keseimbangan dunia. Yoi. Aku malah pertama baca, aku kira itu ramalan dari murid-murid seperguruan sama Mona.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste.
Ya bisa juga gitu sih. Soalnya kan magis-magis kan berhubungan sama Mona. Apalagi ramalan-ramalan tuh. Yang bisa ngeramal-ngeramal tuh ya orang-orang Mona gitu, kayak teman-teman dari Mona, mungkin gurunya. Alice juga bisa ngeramal.
I cannot confirm or deny that at this time.
Kayaknya tuh percakapan dari Action Circle yang lama sih, bisa jadi.
I need you to come with me, Mr. Baptiste.
Miss Shavras, I'll save you the trouble.
Masa kembali yang lama mungkin enggak space waktu kosong sebelum ketemunya traveler sibling. Oh, enggak space tuh gimana, Cok, maksudnya?
By saving me the trouble,
entahlah.
you mean?
Nggak terlalu penting, Cok.
I will confess. I was the killer.
Huh?
He just admitted he's guilty.
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
Yes, I am perfectly aware of that.
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Oh? Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge. I know you haven't figured out the link, but that won't stop me from...
Your mother is still...
You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth...
That was never recorded in the orphanage...
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him.
So, your novel, it was...
No, of course not. But I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
He was a hired assassin, an irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
I never thought I'd hear that.
I'm simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of... You may have considered me too...
So you're going to call a stop...
A true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me.
And so what? The characters in your book...
Now, Officer Shavras, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you...
What's your father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of...
Well...
Sure. Why don't we speak privately at the guard's headquarters?
No, it has to be...
Fine.
When I said won't be overheard, I would like to speak with you and you alone.
Thanks. I appreciate...
Please stay...
All right. Let's hear it.
Kan lo datang sebelum Ether.
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
Well, That depends on what you're going to tell me.
Lumin datang duluan sebelum meter.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then listen closely.
Tapi di game semua penting, Bang. Yang nggak
So
penting
that's
cuma
how
alay
it's all
doang.
connected.
Kenapa dia di sini?
So,
Ya,
it seems you believe me after all.
Do you want
itu
me to go
biar bisa
public with this?
Genshin di PlayStation terus sih.
Of course not. At least, not right now.
Panjang banget ini
Then why
quest.
did you bother telling me?
Questnya
You read
aku
my
mau
work.
maling material
What do you
Navia.
Even if you were to go, it's been too
Masuk
long.
aja,
Justice
cuy.
will never.
Not if you don't.
I know that, but
What are you trying to?
I've been observing you from a distance. Pull the trigger.
You want me to let you go so you may complete your revenge?
Tapi Moka,
No, Officer Shavras.
sebelum kita ketemu sama
I know
sibling
that
sih
would be
kita nggak
impossible.
bisa menyimpulkan apapun sih. Lagian cuman beberapa kalimat nggak bisa
What could they be
kita
talking about
jadiin
anyway?
petunjuk sih.
Paimon's worried. What if he decided to attack her? Oh, still. Do you have any idea who the rich person might be?
Sorry to keep you waiting, you two.
Hey, how did your talk go?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying.
But what about the name? Did he?
Yes, he did. I'll probably be quite busy.
All right.
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
Lah. Rantai-rantai gue sih anjir. Tapi gak apa-apa selagi ada Primo.
Water comes in many flavors to the palate.
Nanti sih.
Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure. While
Oh, jam
Russian
8.
has
Tapi terlalu sas, Bang. Mau plot twist nggak, Bang? Boleh.
aftertaste. In
Kasih
Inazuma,
tahu aja teori-teorimu ya.
water possesses
Plot twist, Lumin gabut doang jadi Abyss Princess.
depth, flavor.
Anjir, gak mungkin
I haven't
betul.
seen Chevra since that night at Baptiste's place.
Dan bilang di atas. Oh, oke.
Well, guess there's no point in worrying about it now. Let's go join up with the others.
Aku farm saya mau ngabisin resin. Oke.
Hayaka and I were just...
Is Chevras...
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Ferrucci even said that...
We were also planning on having a victory feast once we're all finished filming.
If only Chevros was here. I'm afraid that...
But to be honest, I'm even more concerned.
Oh yeah, I heard... We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception?
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film.
To be fair,
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has...
sunk to an...
spread to the...
Waduh, masih lama ini, Cok. Mau tahu nggak siapa yang pertama kali yang mencetus kata descender? Naida bukan? Aku sih Naida.
Excuse me, everyone.
Xavier! Feels like it's a...
I've been talking not.
Oh, seems like...
Yeah. Oh, and before we begin the final, the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
A pleasure.
Yes, glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris. We've heard about the issues you've encountered.
Oh, well, the situation...
Don't worry, Mr. Morris. Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. The good news is that we're almost done filming now. And
I would even say.
Is that so?
All right, now that we've gotten all, we'll mostly be filming. Oh, and there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato.
That's right.
Excellent. Yep, we'll be. Remember, all we need are some wide zoom shots of the streets. Ready? Lights, camera, action! Okay, now move the camera slowly. Try to focus. What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit. Something the matter? Huh? But, Veronique, can we try a different camera?
No problem. How about this one?
All right, let's give it another try. Lights! Don't tell me. Veronique, do we have any other... What? Then go find...
On it.
Greetings, everyone. My apologies for the delay.
It seems like there's some...
I see.
Well, let's not just stand here twiddling our thumbs. Actors, to the makeup booth. We'll start on the next scene as soon as we get a working camera.
Dia kan tahu dari Dottore. Dan tahu nggak siapa anggota pertama Harbinger?
The people at the workshop told me that the part which holds the lens in place seemed to have...
Well, no time. Ahem! Quiet on set! Places up...
By the way, have you heard about that?
Yes.
I heard that the chief of the...
Oh?
Director, we have a problem.
Oh, we're in the middle of a take!
Anjir.
Couldn't you wait until we wrapped
Aku
up this scene?
keinget ini sih iklannya Head and Shoulders.
Oh, wait, well, what did you...
Mr. Bono, please.
I'm coming too. No, Yoimiya, you have to stay here. Oh. Okay, listen up. Everyone who's not working on this current scene... Unbelievable. How could all...
Filmnya hilang. Piero
We're
bang.
back.
Piero.
How did it go? Did you find the film?
We found it in the sewers.
Huh? In the sewers? Is the film still okay?
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it. The others are checking now to see if we lost any specific scenes.
Ini liternya kah?
You scared me for a moment there. I nearly thought we had lost everything. I really don't want to
Piero
experience
bawa
that feeling of
topeng di
despair
sampingnya, Cok.
again.
Orang Kendria ini.
But who could have stolen the film and dumped it there?
Iya kan?
Be some competitors working on other films.
Harusnya orang Kendria sih ini.
If they wanted to harass us, why wait until the last day?
Okay, we don't have time to...
Yeah, let's
I would like to officially announce that our entry to the festival, the Two Musketeers... even though the...
And just like Director Farina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all of...
All right, let's save the award. Anyway,
Siang streamer sepuh sesat. Bagus. Betul itu, betul. Keren juga coy. Ya, nggak selesai coy 2 jam. 2 jam ngobrol doang anjing. Sialan. Karena dia orang Kendria dan kau tahu orang Kendria dapat info dari mana?
Everything went rather smooth.
Ayato told me, so the next time...
Oh, that's great!
Orang Kendria dapat info dari mana? Dari Lomin kah?
The cultural exchange won't only feature literature.
When the time comes...
Itu event panjang banget kak. Wah panjang cok, 2 jam ya. 2 jamnya turun lebar ki. Itu aja ku skip ya. Yang film Fontania ini anjir gila cok. Panjang dan storynya tuh gak bagus ya.
Paimon thinks you worst of all.
Hey, if anything, shouldn't I... Anyway, what's most important...
Aku belum ngerjain sih. Wah iya coy. Skip aja, sumpah tak masuk akal. Lah cerita nih. Aku quest pertama tuh nggak tak skip 40 menit jing. Dan story-nya ya... Intinya cuman mereka mau bikin film. yang diambil dari kisah novel, Hera.
Hey, you two.
Terus pas mau bikin film tuh ada kendala, katanya investornya tuh nggak ada duit buat bayarin aktor. Nah, pas quest pertama itu cuman ngatasin gimana caranya kita mau bikin film tanpa duit. Terus di pertengahan cerita ternyata cerita filmnya tuh sama kayak dunia nyata, kayak maksudnya ada cerita yang disembunyikan gitu. Itu curhatannya penulisnya tuh. Curhatannya si penulis cerita. Diceritakan ada membunuh sih. Nah itu ada di relief balas dendam gitu.
Sorry about that, Mr. Morris. It's probably because I'm used to carrying fireworks all the time.
Nek kataku pakai autoclicker, anjir. Pakai autoclicker juga masih lama sih questnya, soalnya gak semua percakapan bisa di skip. Kita kadang harus nunggu gitu.
Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that? Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
You've got the wrong guy. It wasn't me. I'm not the killer.
You know, Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your assassin to the end to save the children she had hidden beneath the floorboards. That is Eliza's pendant, the one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake! It has to be! There's no way!
No way your assassin didn't destroy it, you mean? Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Eliza to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She'd force my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell. I'm Captain Shovraz of the Special Patrol. Morris, you're under arrest for Eliza's murder.
Huh?
You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique. Or perhaps I should call you the Second Musketeer.
Wait, what's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Drop the gun, Veronique.
Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heartless monster?
Drop your weapon. This is my final warning.
Veronique ini saudarane penulis cerita ya. Terus Morris yang bunuh ibunya nih.
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris? Everything that took place just now was staged to get you to confess the truth. But this last part is all improv, of course.
Shivers, you told us you wanted us to help you stage a play. You never said anything about the Second Musketeer.
It's because even I had no way to confirm. Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us. We'll be rejoining them shortly.
On it!
Nah, kalau yang nunggu pasrah iya sih. Kayak gini, cuman gitu
So
doang
what do
ya.
you think, Morris? My patience is limited with the
Plot twistnya
recording
juga
we made.
nggak
You have no
terlalu.
chance of winning in
Wah,
court.
juga sih.
All right. I hired an assassin. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but if my parents ever found out, they would have stripped me of my inheritance. I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnant.
She believed that you were
I didn't have a choice. I gave her a large sum of mora, told her to leave the family and to get rid of the babe. But then years later, she sent me a letter. There were photos of 2 children, and she even...
Huh? 2 children? Paimon thought Baptiste was the only...
Even if she had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely.
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family.
No. You all...
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed right in... My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden beneath the floorboards. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then...
Ini bapak-bapak menurutku aktor terniat.
Even
Dari
after the
mukanya
assassin
juga
left, we
masuk.
were still too
Caranya
terrified to
playthrough
leave our
malah
hiding
tambah.
spot. We thought that he might come back. It was only until the next evening when we finally climbed out and gathered around our mother. But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
Maksudnya gimana anjir?
You made up your mind right then and there to bring this case to light.
Semua yang dibikin sinematik sama Yover juga bagus sih. Kayak Lydia juga bagus.
And that's why you became the Musketeers.
No, that's why I became a musketeer.
Yeah,
The
this
man
is
from
getting
before
good.
was also killed by
I
me.
don't think so, man.
My brother had
This is
nothing
so
to do with
bored.
it.
I figured as much.
You...
I once told these two that he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night also rubbed me the wrong way. I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of regret in him? He confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met, but he didn't say a single word about you. He insisted that he was the sole perpetrator in the case. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard, put it in front of him, and told him to reassemble it. Wanna guess how far he got?
Halo warga Don, wah iki gak ketangkap kamu. That fountain
He
jadi
had
arena
no idea where
battle.
to even start. He's never touched a gun in his life.
Ya,
Based on that,
memang
I
banyak
determined that he was
pembunuhan
not
sih di
acting
sini,
alone.
cuman nggak
He only
dilihatin
surrendered
secara
himself to
langsung.
draw our attention and create a moment of opportunity for his partner. So, I decided to play along. And as expected, the second musketeer followed us without hesitation once she saw Morris get separated from the rest of the cast. Besides, why else would he call the novel The Two Musketeers?
But how did you know it was Veronique?
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding. After all, he has a vested interest in minimizing the reach of this story. It's really just the same thing as what he did to Eliza all those years ago.
Human scum.
But then Xavier pulled
Human
out all the
scum.
stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that. With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And so he came to visit the set today, just as—
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps?
Oh, yang ngerusak itu dia sih harusnya. Halo Bang, siang. Welcome Bang Jan.
As for the identity of the second musketeer, I
Yang juga
assumed they'd
coy.
probably stay close to
Cik
Morris
ral
and look for
berber
an opening.
semua. Wait
And
kan
if they
di
already
story
knew
ini.
that Morris was the film's investor, then that narrowed the list of potential suspects as well.
Aish.
Furthermore, with that hypothesis in mind,
My brother.
as in he trusted me to perform the deed on his
He trusted
Yang bikin
you to
nggak
stand
menarik
on the
tuh
side
kita
of
nggak
justice.
diceritain sih dari awal kayak building karakternya tuh kurang coy.
Oh, the look on your face. You know what he
Ya
has
cuma
done.
disuguhi
Are you telling me that you'd rather see him spend the rest of his
ceritanya
life
si
living like
mereka
a king in the
sebentar Bang.
fortress of Meripede?
Tiba-tiba langsung ketangkep.
I will never be able to forget the feeling of my mother's cold, lifeless hands.
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate. I wondered. I agonized over.
So why don't you?
Because that should never be how justice is carried out in this world. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply reciprocated. An eye for an eye, and a life for a life. But everyone has their own understanding of justice. If everyone were to pursue their own definition of it,
Bener.
there would be no more order in this world. Today, you'll kill Morris, and tomorrow, his children may come for you. The world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will only lead to a cycle of revenge, as well as the destruction of order and civilized society. Fontaine is founded on a set of laws and a standardized code of justice. But with all that said, I will promise you this. Morris will not lead a cushy life in the fortress of Meripede.
Chevros, the rest of the special patrol is here.
Ya
Thank
udah.
you so much, Yoimiya.
Clear.
Letelier,
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
Jangan balas dendam ntar malah jadi perang, Cok.
Justice has not been delivered. At least...
Pas kayak finansa kayak gini nggak sesuai.
we should give an explanation to the crew. Thank you for your concern. I'm just thinking.
Seru nih, Fontaine bakal masuk era ya kalau mereka saling balas dendam sih bakal perang dunia sih. Awalnya perang juga gitu, balas dendam beberapa pihak doang. Tiba-tiba ntar ada kubu-kubu sampai gede-gede satu negara anjir.
How could he have done something like this?
I'm just glad that you're all safe and...
Well, what
do you mean? Shouldn't you be...
Shiori is right.
But the real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from...
The call is yours.
No, it's fine as is. Romanticism is what gives, just like the real world.
Sounds good to me.
What about Veronique?
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris. If I had to guess, they'll probably all be sent to the fortress of Meripede. I'll make sure to give Risley a heads up about it.
Oh, you mean that kind of...
Exactly.
Ahem. Let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. We'll be starting the post-production process tomorrow. You should join us, Chevros. You missed the first few hours of the party, didn't you?
All right. Count me in.
Then I'll wait for you over
Gila
there.
sih. Kalau dipikir-pikir,
News that I'd like to share with
ujung
Chevros.
masalahnya tuh gara-gara hamil di luar nikah atau hamil tidak resmi gitu. Hamil secara ilegal. Yang menyebabkan semua masalah ini, Cok.
Traveler, Paimon, could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go on a brief walk with the two of you. Thank you very much.
Hati-hati ya kalian orang-orang yang mesum-mesum. Permasalahan kayak gini bisa bikin masalah yang sangat-sangat panjang. Sampai pembunuhan, coy. Gila kan? Pasti pakai handgun kan? Pakai sniper sih bunuhnya tadi.
Sorry for the wait.
Oh, we weren't waiting.
No, I don't have anything. Traveler, how would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you were in my shoes?
Entahlah.
When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could because the moment you give up would be the moment you die. At that point, I still hadn't received my vision. One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin. I cried and begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol.
That sounds...
When he saw that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up. The bone-chilling cold took away my senses. I couldn't feel... I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father. I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that.
That way of teaching would have never worked on Paimon.
Yeah, I don't think that was the right method for anyone.
Contohnya jenengan niku, waduh. Gak urus, halal.
It's just that, working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still sometimes feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again.
Chevros.
But the worse I feel, the more I know to never give up. The alternative would be to forever lose myself among the waves. Anyway, how about a race? Neither of us will drown, but we can still see who swims faster.
You guys go ahead. Paimon will grab the clapperboard to mark the start of the race.
Dingin. Mana balapannya anjir, cuma gini doang. Ntar tiba-tiba menang kita nih.
Felt good.
You were so fast in the water, Chevron. So...
Partly, but...
Oh, so it's...
Of course. Come on.
Lo nyadar gak sih kalau Fontaine udah mulai masuk era teknologi dari yang pakai headset sampai pakai handgun.
But I know that no matter what, I must keep swimming.
Dari dulu juga udah maju sih pas zaman-zaman Kendria tuh. Sampai bisa bikin robot Reinkarnasi tuh, bayangin anjir. Lebih maju sih daripada masa di real life ini. Malah ada Akasa itu yang sangat-sangat maju sih. Malah lebih maju Sumeru sih kalau dipikir-pikir.
Huh, we're nearly back at Baptiste's house.
Yo, Mocha, welcome.
I didn't real.
He really did plan.
Huh? Wait, Paimon, Traveler, the rainbow roses in the garden. They're in full bloom now.
Wih. Sebenernya bagus ceritanya, cuman diceritainnya kurang apa ya? Kayak kurang ngena aja sih. Mungkin MiHoYo tuh dilema ya, mau bikin ceritanya slow pace, nanti banyak yang komplain tentang ceritanya yang kepanjangan ya. Tapi bakal jadi bagus kalau didengerin semua. Kalau MiHoYo mau dibikin fast patch, nanti terlalu memaksa gitu, kayak langsung tamat. Akhirnya MiHoYo bikin di tengah-tengah, yang akhirnya membuatnya buruk, coy. Kayak nanggung gitu, coy. Entahlah. Kalau mau bikin yang fasenya lama tuh harus diceritain dulu masa kecilnya dua bersaudara itu. Kalau nggak gitu kayak diceritain pas pembunuhan itu, terus diceritain kisah cintanya ibunya sama Morris, mungkin bakal lama banget sih. Perayaan. Oh, ini apanya nih yang tarung-tarung. Tapi kita lanjutin aja besok lagi ya, kita udah kehabisan waktu. Iyalah, kok lupa kata Devas awal stream 4.0. Kan orang-orang Fontaine nyuri pengetahuan Kenri ya, pasti Sumeru. Oh, itu sebabnya pada maju semua di Fontaine. Tapi teknologinya nggak secanggih dua alam lainnya. Ya, ada tuh kertas yang pas kita ngerjain quest di anggota Narcissism Cruise yang jadi anggotanya. Oh, cerita tentang teknologi diambil pas masa lalu itu kah? Anyway, sudahlah ya. Gimana ya, Genshin ini terlalu banyak cerita sih. Kalau MiHoYo fokus ke satu cerita pencarian sibling, mungkin Genshin bakal bagus banget sih. Kayak ya terlalu banyak bumbu sih kataku ini.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine.
Entahlah.
Be sure to befriend them.
Aku ngerasanya kayak ada yang kurang aja sih, entah dari scene-nya apa ceritanya. Harusnya bagus tapi ada yang kurang, nggak tahu apa gitu. Cerita yang tadi juga ringkasannya not bad sih. Bagus juga sih. Malah setiap cerita di Genshin tuh bisa dijadikan film. Kalau semuanya dijadikan film sih bisa puluhan film udah dari Genshin doang. Iki sih kalau jadi anime bakal banyak season sih, bisa banget. MC-nya ganti-ganti pun bisa banget. Kamu cerai, lu capek gue enggak? Lu capek gue enggak? Oh gitu kan maksudnya. Kalau terlalu fokus ke sibling malah nggak tahan-tahan buat game yang bakalan jalan lama. Iya sih. Kalau fokus sibling langsung tamat anjing. Ya lihat TSR sama Honkai Impact terlalu maju. Ya. Mungkin selera sih ujung-ujungnya tuh. Balik ke selera ya. Ya, anyway, kita streamnya kelarin dulu. Sampai jumpa di stream berikutnya, coy. Bisa aku masuk siang, semoga bisa bangun lebih awal ya buat main Genshin lagi nih, masih ada event yang seru-serunya nih.
Water comes in many
Tinggal
flavors to
diselesain.
the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and
Makin
pure,
aneh aja orang-orang,
while water
ada
from
yang
Liyue
bahas teknologi,
has an
ada yang bilang
enduring
sepuh.
aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth
What?
of flavor
What do you mean, bro?
unlike any other.
Okay, bye-bye guys. Thank you all.
Has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored